Have you ever noticed how the world tells us to want more? More success, more stuff, more recognition? Yet the more we chase, the less satisfied we feel. What if the secret to a rich, meaningful life isn't in having many desires, but in having just a few, yet truly great ones? Today we'll explore a paradox that has shaped the lives of sages, scientists, and seekers for centuries. Have few desires, but have great ones. Let's begin with a question. What does it mean to have few desires? Is it about giving up on ambition, or is it about something deeper? Across history, some of the world's greatest thinkers have wrestled with this question. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In the East, Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, urged us to manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, and have few desires. And in Buddhism, the Buddha taught that suffering arises from craving and that liberation comes from letting go of endless wanting. But here's the twist. These traditions don't ask us to abandon all desire. Instead, they invite us to examine which desires truly serve us and which only keep us restless. Let's look closer at two traditions, Stoicism and Buddhism, that have shaped the world's understanding of desire. For the Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, the problem isn't desire itself, but misdirected desire, wanting things outside our control, like praise, possessions, or outcomes. When we crave these, we become slaves to them. But when we focus on what we can't control, our actions, our values, our mindset, we gain freedom. Buddhism, meanwhile, teaches the Four Noble Truths, that suffering is part of life, that it arises from craving, that it can end, and that there's a path, the Noble Eightfold Path, to freedom from craving. Both these traditions agree. The endless pursuit of more status, more stuff, more validation, leads to restlessness. But when we pare down our desires to what truly matters, we find a kind of wealth that no possession can match. This isn't just philosophy, it's a way of life that has inspired some of history's most remarkable people. Jesus, Lao Tzu, and Gandhi all lived simply, focusing on service and inner peace rather than possessions. Confucius said, "Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated." Socrates taught, "The secret of happiness is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy life with less." Henry David Thoreau, who retreated to Walden Pond, wrote, "Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. We are happy in proportion to the things we can do without." And Ralph Waldo Emerson expressed, "The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common." These figures remind us, greatness isn't about accumulating more, but about focusing on what matters most. But what about ambition? Isn't desire what drives us to grow, create, and achieve? Here's where modern psychology offers a surprising insight. We're often told that contentment is the enemy of ambition, that if we feel enough, we'll stop striving. But research shows the opposite. Contentment doesn't kill ambition, it clarifies it. When we stop chasing worth, we can finally chase purpose. Psychologists call this the psychology of enough. When we know what enough looks like, we gain orientation. Enough becomes a reference point, not a finish line. It anchors our decisions, filters opportunities, and helps us distinguish between growth and distraction. People who feel internally secure are often the boldest externally. When ambition is driven by fear, every setback feels catastrophic. But when ambition is built on contentment, failure becomes information, not indictment. Contentment reduces the emotional cost of failure and creates resilience, the fuel for long-term ambition. In our modern world, the minimalist movement has brought these ancient ideas into daily life. Minimalism isn't just about decluttering your closet, it's about making space for what truly matters. Research shows that people who embrace voluntary simplicity, focusing on relationships, personal growth, and experiences rather than possessions, report higher satisfaction in life achievement and community connection. But here's the key. Minimalism isn't about having no desires. It's about having fewer but greater desires. It's about trading the many small wants, new gadgets, fleeting pleasures, for a few great ones: connection, purpose, growth, and contribution. When we clear away the clutter, we create space for the desires that truly matter, the ones that give our lives meaning. So, how can we put this wisdom into practice? Here are a few exercises to help you cultivate contentment and focus your desires. Exercise 1. The Desire Inventory. Set aside 10 minutes. List your current desires, big and small. Which ones energize you and which ones drain you? Circle the few that feel truly great, those aligned with your values and purpose. Let go of the rest. Exercise 2. The Contentment Pause. Once a day, pause and ask, what is already enough right now? Savor a small moment, a warm drink, a kind word, a breath of fresh air. Let yourself feel the quiet power of enough. Exercise 3. The Great Desire Statement. Write a single sentence that captures your greatest desire, the one that would make your life meaningful even if you had nothing else. Place it somewhere you'll see it daily. Let's bring this home. Imagine a life where you're no longer pulled in 1,000 directions by fleeting wants. Instead, you're anchored by a few great desires, ones that light you up, that serve others, and that endure. As David Brooks wrote, the happy life is organized around a central object of love. When we have few desires but have great ones, we become free, not just from the noise of the world, but free to give our best to what matters most. This is the paradox. The less you need, the more you can give. The fewer your wants, the greater your capacity for joy, for clarity, for compassion. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one desire you're ready to let go of? And what's one great desire you want to nurture? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little more contentment and a little more presence in their life. Thank you for being a part of the Wisdom and Compassion community. Remember, have few desires, but let them be great. And until next time, may you find peace in simplicity and greatness in your purpose.